Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 20, H2O, of the podcast, Changing the Narrative. I am here with my lovely co-host, Elizabeth Rouse. Lizzie, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Murray. How are you?
I'm doing good. I actually was just watching a video today of an American in Australia, and she said that people don't say "g'day, mate." And it's true. We don't usually say "g'day, mate." We ask, "How you going? How you doing?"
hmm
And she liked that, so good for her. Usually Americans are like, "Oh, I'm so disappointed. I was thinking everyone would talk about "g'day, mate. How's it going, mate?" But she actually adjusted well to that. So there you go.
I don't know. I kind of like how are you going?
How you
I
go?
like that
No,
one.
it's not R. There's no R. It's
How
how you
you
go.
going?
How you going?
Yeah, I can get on board with that one.
Yeah.
I like
I
that
don't
one.
think you. I don't think you'd like the Australian. I mean, I know you love the accent, but I don't
hmm
think you'd like the vocabulary too much because we are very much like Neanderthal people, and we crawl the English language to bits. And I
No,
know
that's
that.
okay. I mean, if I can deal with ain't in the South, I think I'm finna. I can get on board with these things.
All
I
right.
just have to adjust. I just need to be given some mercy rule time, you know?
It's good. It's good that you open your vocabulary and your isms to
Absolutely.
different cultures and different
Absolutely.
languages. That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, today I'm excited. We're about to spring into summer. Get
Hey,
that
wait a
taste?
minute. Wait a minute. Who are you?
What?
Who are you? You said my name. You didn't say your name.
Oh, didn't I say my name?
No, you
People just
didn't.
know. People know. I am Murray Elbourne, CEO of Mirability, president of US Blind Tennis, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I choose not to divulge.
It's true. And a resident pain in my neck. Now
And a
you may
resident
spring us into summer.
pain in your neck, springing into summer. Get it, Lizzie? Because spring is before summer.
It was super funny.
I
Really
know.
well done.
Yeah.
Ha ha
Um,
ha.
I'm going to bring a new, it's episode 20, right? So we've got to redo
hmm
ourselves. By the way, Lizzie, I got an email from Podbean and they
hmm
told me that our podcast in the last month is up 124%.
That's wild.
We are getting out there, Lizzie. We're getting known.
hmm
I do two podcasts, right? I do this kind of serious blind talk community podcast where
hmm
we dig deep into eye disease and all those good things.
hmm
And then we have this podcast that is hilarious.
Fun.
I've been told we were talking about the Hunger Games before we came on, and it is a little bit about like the Hunger Games, you and I going at each other, but it's
Absolutely.
all fun, in the may the odds be forever in your favor.
No, no, no. May the odds be ever in your favor.
Ever. Now, I went and saw Michael
hmm
last week, which
hmm
I thought was actually a very good movie. I really
hmm
would say go see it even if you don't like Michael Jackson, but you love the music. But the documentary part of it was very interesting. I came
hmm
home and did some research on what was true and what wasn't. But
hmm
there's some factual inaccuracies, but mostly it was around the mark. And
hmm
um, but before the movie started, they played the prequel.
For Sunrise at the Reaping.
Yes,
I'm so excited. I'm so,
I
like lose
didn't
my
even
mind
know this
excited.
movie existed,
Well,
and
it's a
was
phenomenal book.
yeah. Well, I read them all. I mean,
Yeah.
I this is actually one thing about you, Lizzie.
Mhm.
I don't really read books much anymore. I don't listen
Yeah,
to
I know
some.
you don't.
I listen to some Dan Brown stuff, but
Hmm
I did really get into Hunger Games books before the
Yep.
movies come out, and so
Yep.
I read all the books. Um, Phenomenal, and
hmm
I didn't know that I would like the movie, but I love it. I just really love all the series. I went and saw the original
Yep.
prequel, so
Yep.
I'm super excited about
Wait,
this
so you
latest
did
movie.
see Ballad of Songbirds and
Yes,
Snakes?
I sure
Did
did.
you read the book?
I did.
Okay, good. You have to read Sunrise on the Reaping before you go see the movie. Phenomenal. Like Murray, I think it might be the best book in the series. I think it has the most like emotionally gripping moments, right? And if you've read Katniss's story arc, so much of who Haymitch is as a person
Yeah,
just clicks into place and it is immaculate. Like it is a journey. I'm so hyped. I'm
me
so
too.
hyped.
I am. We should go see it together, Lizzie.
I mean, if we're doing the F1 race in November, it comes
Right.
out in November,
Yeah.
so
There you go.
we can
Lizzie's
make it
gonna
happen.
come out to to Sin City, and we're going to watch some F1 and maybe see some Hunger Games. It's going to be a wild ride.
It's a dream.
Yeah,
That's our plan. We're gonna make it
good,
happen.
good stuff. Um,
Yes.
so yes, very excited about the latest Hunger Games movie.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
today, Lizzie, we are
Hmm.
talking about blind and low vision travel. It's a
Absolutely.
huge industry, and I was part of some conferences in Australia where people came and talked about disability travel on the whole, and it's like a multi-billion-dollar a year industry is
Hmm.
disability travel. And you've traveled a fair bit, not outside of the country so much, but inside
I've
the
been to
country a
11
little
different
bit.
countries.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, I took a tour around Europe when I was a sophomore in college with the Iowa Ambassadors of Music. So I did 7 countries on that trip. I did Costa Rica when I was in high school for a high school Spanish class. And then I've done Mexico and Canada since then, plus the United States. I think that's 11. I'm not very good at math, but I think that's 11.
Have a dear friend who went to Costa Rica recently
Hmm.
and stayed in like hut accommodation, wanted to rough it a little bit.
Yep.
Um, and they fell through the floor in the
Oh
shower
no.
and got stuck and had
Oh,
to get like taken to hospital, and it was pretty it was a pretty full on situation. So
that's chaos.
yes, it wasn't great.
Well, the most scandalous thing that happened when I was in Costa Rica is we had a frog in our room at one point, and I was
Right.
like high school me was like, and one of my roommates was just very calm. She like picked it up and threw it outside.
Nice.
Thanks, Lindsay.
So um, a new part to the podcast is I wanted to utilize technology because Lizzie, you are a little bit technology.
Deficient.
Yes, that's a good
Yep.
word.
I can say it. You can't. Yep.
So I'm subbing for you, and I thought it'd be fun to be able to put in what are the best 10 destinations for blind, low vision people. Notice I put the blind and low vision before the person, Lizzie. I'm
Good
trying to
job.
talk your language after
I'm really
last
proud of
week.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. See, you
I
listen.
listened I listened back to last week and I was very angry with the world during the podcast. So I'm trying to be a little bit lighter
You
this
know
this
what? You've
week.
been going through a lot lately. It's fine. It's fine.
Have. I'm in rehab as we speak. Not
Literally.
for that, my hip. But it's coming along well. People are like, oh, has he started to drink?
People
No,
are like, should we send a care package? Like, are
yeah,
we worried?
right.
He accepts snacks, folks. He
Please,
accepts
please do.
snacks.
Yeah. Especially if they've got cherry ripes in them. Nobody knows what that means. Um, okay, so here's what it says. Here are my top blind traveler destinations, especially for travelers who are blind or low vision
Mhm.
and want strong orientation, transportation, culture, tactile learning, and
Mhm.
confidence building experiences.
Okay.
Number one,
Australia.
that's what I thought too. Unfortunately, Australia and my own city, Sydney, didn't even make the top 10. Very sad.
Boo.
Very
Australia,
sad.
do better.
Should we go 10 to 1?
Let's build the anticipation. Let's do 10 to 1.
Yes, 10 to
Yeah, yeah,
1.
yeah.
All right.
Let's see how many we've been to.
Let's see here.
Sorry, I didn't mean like rip your vibe like that, but we just gotta build build the energy a little bit.
All right. Number 10, Rome. I have been there.
I have not. I've been to Italy, very briefly. I went to Venice for a day. There was too many pigeons for me. So Rome added to the bucket list. Was it good? Do you remember it being good?
I do. And actually, we went in a European winter, it was in February a few
Mm,
years back, and we did London, Paris, and Rome. London
mm,
and Paris were freezing, and Rome
yeah.
was like about mm, 60 degrees, and it
I was
felt
gonna say
like
it
it
was
was
probably
about 80.
balmy.
Yeah,
It's
it
probably
felt like it was
balmy
80. It
compared to
was
the rest.
fantastic. But I love history. History is my number one thing, right? And so,
Yeah.
man, Roman Colosseum, the
Yeah.
Vatican, all that stuff is just amazing.
See,
Um,
and it's interesting that it's on this list because my brain would go to Vespas don't seem like a very like
right.
blind friendly thing, either from a driving perspective or from a riding perspective. Because I think, like motorcycles, they get to do a little bit more unpredictable travel patterns or whatever word just trying to come out of my mouth.
Unpredictability.
Yeah.
That's the
So
one. It
it's
says
interesting.
Italy has historically been challenging because of uneven streets,
Yep.
stairs, and older
Yep.
buildings, but
Yep.
major accessibility improvements are being made.
Yep.
And then it says top things to do: Pompeii tactile models, an audio
Ooh,
guide,
nice.
Rome historical tours, Florence
Yeah.
museum accessible routes,
Hmm.
food, music, architecture, and cultural immersion. Now,
Food.
I have
My
to
people,
tell
my
you,
people.
it was pissing down with rain one day when we were coming back from
Please don't use that
one
verb.
of our, that's an Australianism for all you Yanks. Um, Lizzie loves
So
that
it
one.
was raining cats and dogs, is what we
No,
say here.
no, it was pissing down. And Tammy's decided, well, we should go and get some gelato, right? We're in Italy, let's have some gelato. And I'm like, it's
Absolutely.
pouring with rain. I don't want to eat gelato. She's like, well, just taste some. I'm like, all right, I'll just taste some. And she did not get the gelato back. I ate the whole thing, to be honest with you.
Respect. So,
Um,
note to self, don't share my gelato with you ever. Got it.
Note to
Copy
self,
that.
don't even offer any
Yeah,
gelato
I'm not
because
going to, trust
you
me.
won't get it back.
I'll just get you your own and I'll pretend like it's mine so that when you take it, you don't feel as bad.
Exactly. Good
There you
job.
go. See? Teamwork.
So yes, I highly recommend. But I have to tell you, the pizza in Rome is very different to
Yeah.
American pizza, obviously,
Yep.
right?
I knew that actually. Yeah.
It actually tasted better to me cold the next morning than it did warm. It's very floury, very dry, actually,
Interesting.
and yeah, it wasn't that pleasant warm, which I was most disappointed with when I arrived there.
Okay. Gelato greater than pizza, except
Yes,
when you're getting pissed on by rain. Got it.
yes,
Noted.
getting pissed on by
Mhm.
rain.
Nice.
Um, okay, number 9, Orlando, Florida. I have been there.
We have been there collectively.
We
Yeah, I mean
have.
that doesn't surprise me at all from the perspective of particularly like conference centers, conference spaces. National Federation of the Blind has been there for conventions so many times since 2010. But I would also hope that that includes, you know, a lot of the community population from a Disney, Universal Studios kind of interactivity perspective, because there's supposed to be quite a bit to do in Orlando.
Well, here's what it says:
Let's see.
Orlando is strong for blind and low vision travelers because theme parks
Yep.
often provide disability access services, audio
Mhm.
description options, and staff assistance tactile maps in some settings.
Interesting.
Uh, Best things to see are Disney parks,
Hmm.
obviously,
Hmm.
Universal Orlando,
Hmm.
which isn't as good as California, I don't think.
Hmm.
Accessible resort stays, audio descriptive attractions where available, and structured group travel.
Interesting. Okay.
So
Well,
that
I
is
would be up
Orlando.
for trying Harry Potter World at Universal Studios anytime. So I'll
Yes,
buy you gelato, you buy me a trip to Universal Studios.
we'll talk about that.
Perfect. Negotiate.
Number 8, one of my favorite cities, and I think one of your favorite cities from talking to you, Chicago.
Yeah, baby. Go Cubs.
Chicago, Illinois. I'll tell you what's not accessible in Chicago: the frickin' train system. Oh my god, I
Really? You
got
don't think the L is?
I got lost on that thing so badly. I can't
Is
even tell
that
you.
accessibility or is that you being geographically challenged?
Well, a little from column A, a little from column B, probably, but yes, I
Yeah.
struggled. I think I was at Wrigleyville and tried to get the train back to Schlamberg or whatever,
Schaumburg.
Schaumburg,
Hmm.
and just got completely lost. Had to go
Yeah.
back to the airport initially, eventually, and just catch an Uber from the airport back to the hotel.
Yeah. I mean it's interesting because it does, I mean, I've seen people navigate the L train system really effectively, really well. I have found that if you know like what pieces and parts of Chicago are safe to travel in by foot too, I really enjoy that. There's just so much from an architecture perspective. I mean, you can go see the Bean, you can go walk out on Navy Pier. It's really fun to explore because you never know what's going to pop up around the next corner. Um, I would say one of the best things that I've done in Chicago, and I'll be intrigued to see if this makes the list, is I actually went on an architecture tour on the Chicago River, and just got to see tons of just historic buildings. And you know, it was described because it's the person giving the tour. You know, off to your right is such and such, off to your left is such and such. And I just super enjoyed that, right? And I'm not a huge like architecture girly or whatever the people are calling it these days, but A lot of history in Chicago, a lot of fun intrigue there. I mean, it's been home to the World's Fair a couple times. It's worth a visit for sure. Just don't go hang out with them White Sox fans. We don't trust those people.
I did because I want to tick off the baseball stadiums. So I did go to both when I was there last
Yeah.
time,
Hmm.
which was fun to see both. Um, but yes, very different vibe, I have to say.
Absolutely.
Here's what it says about Chicago.
Let's
Chicago is a
hear.
great city for blind travelers because it has structured downtown grids,
Hmm.
strong public transit, minus the L, which you get lost on,
Minus
uh,
the Murray. Hmm.
lakefront walking areas,
Hmm.
major museums, theaters, sports, food, and accessible cultural programming.
Nice. Good
Here's what
job,
it
Chicago.
says you should go do. Number one, Chicago Architectural Cruise Tour.
No way, for real?
Number one.
Guys,
And
this
actually,
is like,
I've
this
I've
is
done
for
that
anyone
same
who's
tour.
worried. This is me real time responding to Murray. I don't know anything about this list. So,
Right.
casual flex, I know stuff.
But I did that tour as well, and I do love it. In fact, I did tell my boss when he was going to Chicago, please do that lock tour with the architecture. And he said it was probably his favorite thing that he did in
There you
Chicago.
go.
It is a winner,
Trust,
people.
trust me and Murray's boss,
Yes, my old boss. I don't have a boss
former boss.
anymore. I am my boss.
You are your own boss.
Yeah.
Tammy's your boss, but like, we'll
No,
move on
she
from
is
that.
definitely not my boss. Lakefront Trail, Art Institute accessible programs,
Hmm.
Millennium Park,
Hmm.
deep dish pizza and food tours. Temi Temi adores Giordano's, and so it's like one of the favorite, like the most famous pizza deep dish things. But deep dish actually isn't Chicago; it's Detroit. So interestingly enough, real Chicagoans eat non-deep dish pizza. Did you know that?
So I did not know that, and I will turn in my Midwesterner card. I don't like deep dish pizza.
There you go.
I tried Luminati's one time, and while it may be delicious for other people, something about the sauce did not sit well with me, from a flavor perspective. And I literally took like two bites, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I'm really, really happy for Tammy. I would be totally open to trying different places. Maybe it was just Illuminati's thing. I would totally try deep dish pizza in Detroit, especially if I'm gonna, go watch a Lions game and be among my people. But it was not my vibe. It was just not
Mm.
my vibe. I will say though, if it's not on here, the theater scene in Chicago is fantastic. I mean, to the point where I walk into a theater and they have no idea that I'm coming, and they see my cane and they're like, "Would you like audio description?" And it's just it's at the ready, and it's phenomenal. I've seen Hamilton in Chicago, I've seen Into the Woods in Chicago, and I've seen another one in Chicago. I think I saw Six in Chicago actually. Just some phenomenal skills, some phenomenal theater. I think I saw Wicked also in Chicago actually. So I've been around a little bit in the Chicago theater scene. It is absolutely worth checking out
You
if it's
have.
your
It also says
vibe.
Cubs, White Sox, Bears, Bulls, and Blackhawks experiences. Obviously,
Yeah, go see
Chicago
the
is a
Bears
sports
before the Bears
town.
moved to Indiana.
Well, not yet. Though. Isn't that? That's not official yet. There's
Go
some
see the Bears before the
conjecture.
Bears moved to Indiana.
Yeah, some conjecture about that.
Yeah.
Number seven. I have been here too. Chicago was number eight. San Francisco, California.
I've also been.
It says San Francisco is a strong sensory travel city with waterfront experiences, public transportation, museums, food, technology, culture, and outdoor experiences.
Hmm.
Top things to do in.
Go listen to the seagulls bark at you from Pier 44.
That's not on the list, but I have done that actually.
Yeah, they're kind of
Um,
dope.
Golden Gate Bridge visitor area. I
I
have
haven't
been to
haven't done it.
Sausalito on the other side of the bridge,
Hmm.
which is definitely worth going to, and then getting
Okay.
your photo with the bridge behind you. That is nice.
Noted.
Fisherman's Wharf is fun. I have been
That's where
there.
they are. That's where the
Oh, the
sea
seals.
lions are, or whatever
Oh,
they are.
okay, but
Yeah.
it doesn't say Pier 44.
It
But let
might
me
be
tell
like
you, there is
74
a
or
bar.
94, something like that.
There's a bar called I want to like when I can't think of the bar's name, but anyway, it has like 110 beers on tap, and I
Well,
reckon that I picked the worst of the 110 beers on tap
it
the
was number
night that I went
110 out
there.
of 110.
I think it's like No, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, don't choose what I chose.
Well,
Um,
the other really cool thing about Fisherman's Wharf is, I mean, there's tons of stuff on Fisherman's Wharf. There's a Ben and Jerry's there. There's tours there. They're constantly going on. There's a double story
did
carousel.
you just say there's a Ben and Jerry's there?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really an attraction, is it?
The closest one to me is in Chicago, so it is
Oh,
to me.
okay. Sure.
The other thing though that I will tell you from a sensory perspective that was actually really fun is they have a musical staircase. So like the edge of each step, if you step on it, it makes a piano sound. So you can
Oh,
like play piano songs with your feet, like if
right.
you know how to like run up the steps. And that was actually really fun. So there's
Unless you
some,
fall down and then you're done.
I mean, like I didn't, but you might. So it's worth it if you want to go like play around and find whatever, you know. It's a choose your own adventure for sure on
It
Fisherman's
says
Wharf.
ferry building on here, but I'm not familiar with
I don't
ferry
know that
building.
one. I mean, I would
Cable,
assume there's a ferry.
cable car experience is the best, I have to
Okay.
say. Like up and down those hills, hanging
Hmm.
outside of the cable car is a lot of
Hmm.
fun.
There you go.
And the hills. One thing it doesn't say here though is Alcatraz, and I have to say, I just loved Alcatraz. You have an audio tour. And
Hmm.
it's one of those places that you go to and you can kind of just feel the history, just walking
Yeah.
around, listening to the audio tour. The audio tour is great. And,
Yeah.
if you do it, I would recommend doing it later in the day, one of the last ones to go before sundown. You get the
Hmm.
fog rolling in. It
Yeah.
feels exactly like it's supposed to.
Yeah. You get locked in Capone's cell and the rest is history.
Absolutely. It's all about Capone Cell. All right,
He's from
number
Chicago, just so you know.
Chicago. Number 6. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Wow,
Niche.
bit of a
Okay.
eyebrow raise there. Alrighty.
Well,
Philadelphia.
Philly's where I did my out of town. And like it was nice from a bus perspective. I mean, it's again got a lot of history, right? So the museum piece is going to be there, but I don't know.
It's the
I
home of
watched the
it's the
I
home
watched the
of
Cubs beat the Phillies, so like that was a good part of my trip.
all right. Philadelphia is compact,
Hmm.
historic, and strong for tactile and audio-based museums
Yep.
experiences.
There you
The
go.
Museum of American Revolution developed an audio descriptive tour and
Mhm.
tactile map in collaboration with blind and low vision community members.
Cool.
Top things to do: Museum of the American Revolution,
Wow, shocker.
Independence Hall,
Yep.
the Liberty Bell, which is named after my little doggy Libby Bell.
Yeah, I bet she is. I've been told that if you go at the right time and you like kind of oh wow, the Liberty Bell, I'd love to touch it. Sometimes they actually let you touch it, which
Really?
they're really not supposed to
Wow. Okay. I'm a bit sad because we lived in Pennsylvania. I was doing a work assignment for about 3 months, and we lived in Williamsport, where they have the Little League World Series.
do. Yep.
And my in-laws came over from Washington State to stay with us, and I had to work, and Tammy took them over to Philadelphia, and they saw all this stuff, and I never saw
Mhm.
it. So I've been in Philadelphia a couple of times, but
Mhm.
never done any of this stuff. Just kind of
Yeah.
driven through it, which is sad. Need to go
Well,
back.
I need to go back because I didn't get a sticker from Citizens Bank Park, so we can go.
The other thing it doesn't say here is the Rocky statue. Come on, people.
Well, he's really tall, so like
No,
he's
he's really
kind of
short.
no, but like the statue is like up high. Like I
Right. You
sat
got to
on the edge
climb
of
the
the statue and I
stairs.
had to jump up.
Wow.
So part of it I think is you got to get up to like experience the Rocky statue,
There's a
like
story.
tactily.
I really wanted to go to the Rocky statue, but
Mhm.
um, yeah, there's a story that prevented me from doing that as we were driving around the
Mm.
circle in front of the library stairs, which I won't go
Mhm.
into here because it's not for public consumption.
Oh, NSFW. Move on, move on, move
Yeah.
on. Next slide.
Number 5,
Mhm.
Tokyo, Japan. I have not
Okay,
been there.
this is such a hot take because I've heard so many mixed reviews about Tokyo, so I want to know what the internet has to say.
Well, I have been to Tokyo. I've been to Narita.
Okay.
I flew in, stayed a night, didn't have time to go to Tokyo, flew
Hmm.
back out, so never seen the city. But what it says is, why is it great? Japan is one of the strongest countries in the world for tactile paving and
Yep.
structured public transport. The yellow tactile paving system is widely used in train stations, sidewalks, and crossings, giving blind and low vision travelers more environmental information underfoot. Tokyo also has extra transit announcements and staff support in many stations.
See, and I can get all over the extra announcements. The seam in the sidewalk seems like a very uncomfortable extreme to me. And I know that part of that, right, is I'm very confident and independent with my cane. I know what the difference is between a sidewalk and a street and what those feel like and yada yada yada. I would find this very infantilizing. And I think it would be incredibly distracting for me while I was walking to be like, oh, there's the
Infantilizing?
stupid. Like,
Let's
it
just
makes me feel
go
like a
back.
baby.
Right. So you're feeling like you're being profiled if you use it.
Not necessarily even that I mean, just like I don't need something like that to get around. So I feel like while it might be really helpful for other people, that's great for them. I feel like the expectation could be in some instances, let's raise the expectation of the independence of our travelers instead of let's literally change the condition of our sidewalks so that they can just drag their feet along the seam or follow the seam with their cane. It just seems like it's a band-aid fix to a larger societal problem. Like what are people from Tokyo going to do when they go to Beijing or they come to the United States or they go to different places where you don't have that seam? Like what's going to happen to their independence then? I guess is
I'll
the
tell you what
concern that
they're
I
going to
have.
do if they go to China is be careful not to walk off the Great Wall. That's a challenge.
Oh my Lord.
I've been
Read
on the
read
Great Wall 3 times, by the way. I've walked on the Great Wall of China.
read the notes for Tokyo, you smart aleck.
Okie dokie. Tokyo train system and orientation is number one. Not sure
Yep.
that's the best like thing. Where's the blossom trees, people? There's no blossom trees. That's why you go to
No.
Tokyo.
No.
Kyoto temples and gardens,
Mm-hmm.
tactile paving and accessible transit learning. And what did you say? What was that word?
What word?
For feeling like a baby?
Infantilizing.
Yeah, infantilizing.
And again, like I want to be really clear here. If it works for you, that's great, right?
If
I'm
you
in no
love
way,
to
shape,
be
or form.
infantilized, Japan is your
Well, I
place.
no, but like you know what I mean. I'm not trying to say like Japan, how dare you? You're doing it wrong, right? Because that's not my place. I've never been there. It might be really helpful. I don't know. It just seems kind of counterintuitive. Like, yes, you're teaching people maybe a safe way to navigate Tokyo, but what happens when those people want a broader horizon and they go somewhere else? Like, that's just my area of concern. Not here to
Mm.
judge, just my observation. Might be worth nothing.
Food markets,
Yep.
cultural walking tours. It says best experienced travelers, mobility training,
Hmm.
cultural learning, and
Hmm.
students studying global accessibility.
Yeah.
So
There you
good
go.
job, Tokyo, but you didn't quite get Lizzie's vote.
No,
Number
I mean,
four.
I'm totally game to go smell the cherry blossoms. Like anytime I'm ready, but meh, I'll just not use the seam sidewalk or whatever.
Eh, all right. You go solo, ragdog it outside of the
Exactly.
lines. Number four, London, England.
Ah, my people, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Now, Lizzie's people include George Russell, and we have to, when we buy tickets to the F1 race, be far away from anywhere that
Yeah,
George
this
Russell's
is
going to be
disrespectful.
because we're going to
This
get
man
arrested if Lizzie gets
not
anywhere
letting me
near
shoot
George
my
Russell.
shot. Kill my vibe.
We'll
Kill
have
my
to go.
vibe, Marie.
We'll have to go to Lando Norris instead. Um,
I don't want Lando. If you put me for Max Verstappen, though, I'm not going.
you can have Lewis Hamilton. You need
Mm,
some mature aged content. London, England. Why is it great? London is excellent for
mhm,
blind travellers because of its audio description described museums,
mm.
strong public transportation announcements,
The tube?
tactile indicators, sensory gardens, and cultural history.
Yeah.
Major attractions such as the British Museum and the Tower of London
Hmm.
offer audio guide options, and
Hmm.
London parks such as Hyde Park and Regent's Park
Hmm.
include sensory rich spaces.
Yeah. I
Best
loved London. Loved
best
it.
thing to do,
Hmm.
British Museum, Tower of London,
Hmm.
West End Theatre,
Hmm.
Hyde Park and Regent's Park,
Yep.
River Thames tour,
Hmm.
historical walking tours with audio description. Let me tell you some things that they missed out on. The thing that I loved the most when I was in London is I had a fascination with Big Ben. I
Hmm.
photographed that stupid clock from everywhere in the city that I possibly could. I was obsessed with Big Ben
I love Big Ben.
photography. And
I love Big
I
Ben.
was talking with a lady the other day about churches and really amazing churches. And obviously,
Hmm.
London has so many of them.
It
But
does.
Westminster Abbey, walking into that place, oh man, you just feel it. Everything that's happened there. It's an
Yeah.
amazing thing. And then I like to, we didn't talk about this. I might have already talked about it on a previous podcast, but I like to take photos of things that I am not supposed to take photos of when I am traveling. And I saw the little
Of
eye
course you
raise
do.
there, but they're memories that I will keep with me forever. And one of them is the crown jewels. When you're
Mm.
in the crown jewels, you are not supposed to take any photos. But however,
Mhm.
I did take a photo of Queen Elizabeth's crown,
Mhm.
and love that photo. And then earlier we were talking about Rome, number 10. I have a photo of the Sistine Chapel, which I also was not supposed to take a photo of. But sorry, if I'm in the presence of Michelangelo work, I had to take a photo of the Sistine
You
Chapel.
realize you're admitting this on a recording, right?
It's somebody else.
Yeah, next time you go to one of these places, they're gonna be like, bruh, we saw the podcast, you can't come in
You
here.
can't come in.
And I get it. Like sometimes we just have to engage in socially inappropriate behavior. If Paris is on here, we'll give you a little Paris in fun story of mine, and if it's not, I'll give it to you as a bonus when we finish this list.
I
But
also have a fun Paris story that I can give as a bonus.
yeah, I think the other thing that is very honest, right? And for me personally, for you personally, for any English speaker, going to places where a large amount of the population can help you with directions and things of that nature in either your language or a language that you speak, right? If you speak Japanese and you're doing this in Tokyo, good on you. I don't have that skill. But one of the things that was really comforting to me in England was, you could say, "Hey, I'm trying to get to blank. Can you give me directions?" And people are generally pretty good at it, right? They're direct. They're
I want you
go
to tell
do
me that you want to
this.
get to Piccadilly Circus.
Oh, or yes. Um, but I mean, that's part of this too is, Murray's like, "Hey, I looked up these list of 10 things." And I said, "What do you mean there's a list of 10 things? Blind people can go anywhere, right? These might be some of the best locations, but the reality of the matter is with the right skills, right? With the right tools, with the right guidance, um, and the willingness to put yourself out there to ask for information, the world is your oyster, or whatever that quote from Newsies is. You could do anything. You can go anywhere in many contexts, right? Sometimes you're going to run into cultural barriers that disallow that privilege. But London is definitely one of the places where that became relevant for me, as it was like, okay, when I get lost, because it's not an if, it's a when. When I get lost, I can ask for directions. I can feel confident navigating those directions. So definitely a place I'd recommend. Plus they have like bread and lunch meat for breakfast. And I am not like oh my gosh, like let's start light with breakfast kind of girl. I'm like a give me a sandwich and let me go on with my day kind of girl. So worked out for me.
I
Would
will tell you that I am a lover of fish and chips, and
mm,
I was definitely looking forward to going to England for fish
yep,
and chips, but
yep.
they have cod, which is disgusting.
Oh,
And
well, you're
I did
disgusting.
not like the fish and chips at all, I must say.
They didn't like you either.
They might not have.
They didn't like you
But
either.
yes, I went to Winston Churchill's Fish and Chips right in front
Hmm.
of the London Eye. Most disappointing.
I'm very sorry.
Okay, number
I'm very sorry.
3.
Hmm.
Actually, I think I should just quickly talk about. Oh, I did talk about the crown jewels, I guess. But there's
You
quite a lot of
did.
other stuff. London is fantastic. I love Trafalgar Square.
Hmm.
We stayed around Trafalgar Square. Uh, they do the tours out of Trafalgar Square. It's great.
Hmm.
And Piccadilly Circus is another one that's great. Just
Hmm.
like lots of stuff. The Thames tour. So I
Yep.
didn't go through the list, did I?
You did.
I did. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. British
Um,
Museum, Tower of London,
yeah,
etc., etc. You
but they've
did.
got amazing markets, and it's a diverse place. I love it.
It
I've
is.
been a number of times and
Yeah.
highly recommend it. Okay, number three, Lizzie.
Wait. I do have to tell this story because this was really funny. So when I got to Europe, we landed at Heathrow, and I was with another person from my tour group, and this was before I used my cane. So I was waiting for my friend, and the dude at customs was like, "You need to go," and I was like, "No, I'll wait for her." And he kind of like side-eyed me, and he looked at my friend and he goes, "Do you want her to wait for you? Like, do you feel comfortable with her waiting for you?" And this girl's like, "Yeah, it's no big deal. Like, it's fine." Um, and after he was done, he's like, "That was weird." And I said, "Well, I'm legally blind." And he goes, "Uh, uh, uh, I'm legally stupid. I'm really sorry." And he like sent me on his way. And it was I was like, oh, this is probably one of the many reasons why I should carry a cane. But I was like, bruh, I'm a 16-year-old tiny girl from Iowa. Like, I ain't got no negative plans. I promise. Queen Elizabeth, do be safe. I was named after her.
He's
It's
probably
fine.
like, oh, these American girls. What am I gonna
Literally. It was hilarious. Anyway, number three. Sorry, I just had to toss that one out.
do? It was worthwhile. I like it. Legally stupid. Um, Number three, Seattle, Washington, close to home.
Hey.
There you go. I was just there. I will be there again in the coming month.
Yeah.
It says Seattle is a very strong destination for blind and low vision travelers because it combines technology, aviation, accessible museums, sports, water, and strong public transport. The Museum of Flight offers tactile tours for
Hmm.
guests who are blind or low vision,
Oh, cool.
including trained documents. Trained document. Sorry. Trained docents, whatever
Mm.
that means. Uh,
Docents are like the people who tour you around the museum. Like
okay.
that's their formal title.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Nice.
Um, Touchable aircraft models, real aircraft features, visual
Hmm.
descriptions. It says the top things to do are Museum of Flight, tactile tour,
Yeah.
Pike Place Market, where you can catch a fish and kiss it goodbye,
Smell all the fishies.
Seattle Center,
Hmm.
ferry ride to Puget Sound, beautiful.
Hmm.
Microsoft accessibility related visits. I've been there, done that. Fantastic people at Microsoft. Again, thank you very much for everything you do for Ameribility. Appreciate it. And University of Washington, innovation and technology connections. And Lizzie, we are building a capstone project through University of Washington to create the first ever NFL blind football. So,
There
yes,
you
I have a
go.
lot to do with Washington and Seattle. And I
There
would
you go.
say most of that is very correct. I haven't done the Museum of Flight though, and now I will put it on the bucket list to do.
I can't believe the Space Needle isn't on there.
Yes, the Space Needle. I've been there a couple of times, quite a few times. It is a definite fun thing. I wouldn't say it's that accessible though.
Probably it's an experience. Just
Yeah,
because you can't see it doesn't mean you can't experience it, right? Like going up to the top, I'm like, ooh, I'm getting nauseous. This is so fun, you know?
I saw a video of a guy at a Disney park, I think, and it was on the giant swing where they go out and come back around. And I said to him, I think he was totally blind, and I said, do you think it's worse to like not see the distance between the ground, or do you think it's like if you saw it type of thing? And he said, I think it's worse if I don't see it because I don't know how far it is or where I am, which makes sense. But it was an interesting
Interesting.
take.
Yeah, interesting.
You have a different take?
Um, Not really. I don't like free falling, so I don't do a lot of the like roller coasters and stuff. But the
Yeah,
only roller coaster I've ever really liked was Space Mountain in
Disneyland.
Disney World. I've never been to Disneyland, but
Oh,
there might be
Space
one there
Mountain.
too.
They have a Space
Um,
Mountain at Disney World.
yeah, and it's very dark.
Yeah,
And every once in a while, you'll get like a flashing light. And I don't
right,
know if it was just like a mental adjustment for me of like, oh, everyone's on the same playing field that I am. Like,
right,
I didn't get sick at all. Like, I had a blast. I thought it was super fun because I didn't know what to expect, but like nobody did. So I don't think they could do as much of the like jarring stuff if people can't physically prepare their bodies to be like whiplashed around a little bit. So
right.
I don't know. I've never been an afraid of heights person. Um, I just don't like the free falling sensation part.
Yeah, free
So,
falling's not much fun.
to each their own. I
Yeah.
mean,
My
his
my
life, you know.
nephew is a roller coaster nut. He loves it, and he's
Yeah,
been to all the roller coasters in America, all the fun parks. He just loves them.
there you go.
I'm too old for that stuff.
Yeah.
Number two. Now, I will let it out of the bag that I did tell Lizzie what number one was, but
I was going to pretend to be so surprised.
that's the only thing she knows. So, Lizzie, what do you think number two is of the cities that we haven't done so far?
I'm like a low key a little surprised if it's not New York City.
It is New York City.
Yeah, I'm so good
Good,
at this game.
good. You don't win any prizes, sorry. Um,
Dude, I love New York City. I'm 1,000% here for this. The address system is a grid. The public transportation absolutely slaps. The audio description is real. There's so much to do. There's so much to see. And I'm going back in June and I'm so excited.
Excellent. I'll be there in August. New York City has challenges. It sure does, because it is busy. It sure is.
Yes. Yep.
But it is also one of the richest sensory cities in the world.
Yep.
It has strong public transportation, if you love to sit in traffic,
Mhm.
accessible culture.
No, the subway does not have traffic, drama
Oh, no.
queen. Excuse you.
The subway does not have traffic. The subway is good, actually. I will say the subway is good.
Yeah.
Um, transportation, accessible cultural programming,
Hmm.
tactile museum tours, Broadway accessibility services, right up
Hmm.
your alley, Central Park guided experiences, and
Hmm.
major museums with blind and low vision programming. The
They also have this entire concept called Big Apple greeters. And I don't know if I was just really special because I had like a local New Yorker set me up with one of the Big Apple greeters, but the Big Apple greeter and I literally took the subway to Brooklyn and we got to walk the entire Brooklyn Bridge and we got to go to Chinatown and we got to walk through Little Italy. And it was just like this person who was just wholly dedicated to making New York feel like a smaller place where you know what you're doing, where you're going, and what that experience is going to be like.
and then did they rob
Phenomenally
you out at
great.
the end of the tour?
Did they what?
Rob you?
No, she was a very nice lady. Very
Good
nice
job.
lady.
That's kind of cool, though. I didn't know
It
that.
was really awesome. I mean, I got a chocolate chip cookie that was the size of my face. I got to eat like
Now we're
good
getting to the
pizza.
real. Now we're getting to the real reason why you love New York so
I
much.
got to eat good pizza in Little Italy. I've seen Broadway shows in New York. Like it's just a phenomenal place. There's always stuff to do.
I have
I
seen
I
Broadway
love it.
shows there too. I definitely loved Chicago. I saw Chicago there, and
That's
Melanie
ironic.
Griffith was the lead actress. She came in special, and I really loved Melanie Griffith back in the
There you go.
day.
Hmm.
And I saw Boy from Oz there with Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman came
Nice.
out after the play and signed my playbill,
Aw, wow.
and I got to meet him. So that was kind of cool. So
That's wild,
yes,
actually.
good
You know
memory.
Jean Valjean from Les Mis, the movie.
The movie.
The movie.
What else does it say? The Metropolitan Museum of Modern of Art.
MoMA.
It's a good one. The Met. And other cultural sites offer tactile or sensory based. Now, what do you think it's got 5 points here. What do you think the attractions are? Best experiences? One's right up your alley.
One of them's got to be Broadway.
Yeah, that's number one.
Yeah, okay.
Broadway with audio description or accessible seating services.
100%. Oh man. See, now my brain is like stuck because I'm like, what are all the things that I like to do? One of
Right.
them's got to be museums,
Mm,
but I don't know like which ones it would be.
yes. Number three
Number three.
is
Okay.
tactile museums. So I love the Met. I love the Museum of Natural History.
Hmm.
I love they've got a really good planetarium in there as well.
The
Um,
9/11 museum is also an incredibly
yes,
sobering experience, but it
I've
is
been there as well. It is a fantastic. They did a
phenomenal.
very good job there.
I will never fully recover. Probably the most moving thing I've ever experienced in a museum is they have a room in this building that is all of the belongings that they recovered from the wreckage that was the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
And there was a wallet of this gentleman who was working in the building, and it had a $2 bill in it. And the story behind the $2 bill is him and his wife were both on their second marriages, and the embodiment, one of the things that they exchanged together was a $2 bill for their second chance. and his $2 bill survived the decimation of 9/11. And his wallet is forever a part of that, commemorative exhibit. And I bawled. I lost my mind. I was like, oh my God, true love does exist. I was a wreck.
It is. It's really cool. They have like a video wall of the people who lost their lives and telling about their stories, and it's just amazing. Like you could spend so long in that place. It's just really
Literally
well done.
hours.
Yeah, really,
Hours.
really, really well done.
Okay,
Um,
so I got one and I got three. Something's got to be like walking tours of some of the parks.
Central Park is on here, so
Okay.
I've done a horse and carriage ride
I
twice.
hate you. I love you. I love you, but I hate you. That sounds so fun. I want to go
Around there.
so bad.
There's two versions, the short one and the long one. I've done both.
Nice.
Um, Very cool.
I've
Very
done that in
cool.
Charleston, South Carolina, and it's also really cool from a historical perspective. It's super fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have two left. Food? Food has to be one of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Food, music, street sounds, and strong city orientation experiences.
I don't know about them
Orientation.
street sounds, but like whatever floats your boat. I
I
will
know
tell you
about
though,
those street smells.
they
They're
have
not
an
always good.
incredible diner in Dallas. I think it's called like Ellie's Stardust Diner, and it's like right off of all the Broadway theaters.
Yeah.
And it's basically like all the people who are waiting to like get on Broadway, or all the people who are like, oh, my show's not running tonight. I'm gonna go do this thing. And your waiters and your waitresses, your wait staff, they sing songs and they like move around the theater. And it's, I mean, it's just incredible talent because it's like all the people, ready
Right.
to make their big break on Broadway.
Yeah.
Super highly recommend Ellie's Stardust Diner. Phenomenal experience, super fun.
Street vendor food, I love. The meat in the hot dog bun is fantastic. That
Yep.
they cook up on the sidewalks and
Yep.
just
Yep.
really cool food
Oh, I'm
thing.
missing one thing.
You're
Is it
missing one
Times Square?
thing. Nope,
It's not the Statue of Liberty.
it is the Statue of Liberty.
Is it okay? I felt like that was too basic of an answer. That's been in my
Statue
head
of
for like
Liberty
10
and
minutes.
Ellis Island.
Ellis Island is my favorite place in the whole world.
I've been to Ellis Island, I think, three times.
It's
Um,
phenomenal.
and the Statue of Liberty, I've been
Shiite.
to twice, but I
Yeah.
got only went up once.
Or I've
So
never gone up.
it was shut down the first time I wanted to go up, and then I went back and went up, and it was amazing, really cool. I loved it.
There you go.
I always wanted to, like you always watch the movies and you always think about like New York and the skyline. And the first time I went, I think was 2001, maybe
Hmm.
2000. It was 2002, sorry. And I got into Newark Airport
Hmm.
and then rode the bus to the city
Yep.
from Newark. And it was about 6 o'clock in the morning, and the
Hmm.
sun rised on
Behind.
yeah,
Yep.
behind it.
Yep.
Like just everything you see in the movies, it was amazing.
It
That like,
sparkles.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
it
before you
was
get too
just
close to like smell it and realize it's kind
right.
of gross.
Yeah. Then they let
Yeah.
me off at Grand Central Station. I was like, okay, here we
You're like,
go.
never mind, ew.
Not so great.
Dude, hot take. One of the central stations, I don't know if it's Union or Grand Central or whatever, they have a phenomenal Shake Shack. Shake Shack is my favorite fast food. And I didn't like learn this until I started going to New York like semi-regularly when I was in college. Phenomenal. Um,
I do like the
the
Shake Shack fries. I'll give you that.
Yeah, the
Fries are good.
interesting piece to offer that I would venture is kind of unique to New York is because it is so densely populated. The thing that I ran into is people would grab me a lot more often because they're like trying to be helpful and be like, "Oh, it's time to cross the street."
I think they were trying to rob you, is what was happening.
Well, here's my thing. I'm paranoid, so I'm like, "Get your hands off me. You're trying to murder me or you're going to kidnap me and like sell my
Right.
body for parts." Like, "No, no ma'am, no sir." And it's so funny because
You're gonna end up in a sweatshop sewing handbags.
other blind people who live in like New York City are like, dude, you gotta chill. Like people are trying to help, and I'm like, no, you gotta chill because I'm not here to die. And it's just really funny because I'm like, don't touch me, don't look at me, don't breathe in my direction. And I'm like, oh wait, I'm a New Yorker, you know?
The thing that is
Um,
not on here that I think should be on here,
yeah.
honestly, is Yankee Stadium. Like Yankee Stadium is like New York, right?
Yeah,
Like
but if it's not a sensory friendly experience, I mean, I've never been. I'm gonna go to the Mets Stadium
I haven't been to
in
Met
June.
Stadium,
Well, I haven't been to Yankee, so we're even.
but I've been to Yankee a couple of times. I've been to Old Yankee Stadium and New Yankee Stadium. And I've also been to the US Open. Last year, I went to the US Open for the first time.
There
So
you go.
just so many cool things. Just riding around on the subway, just people watching is amazing. Like you
It
just,
is.
it's
It
such a
is.
great. It's a city that will eat you alive. I love it, but I can only be there for about 3 days, and then it starts to overwhelm me.
Well, so when I go in June, my mom and I are going, and we're going Sunday to a Wednesday. So we're
Yeah,
right at that three like full days.
yeah. I
We
love it
could
so
we could
much when
handle it.
I'm there,
Yeah.
but man,
By the
just
time you're
walking
done, you're
through
like, let me go
the
home.
fourth time I walk through Times Square, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's too many
Yeah.
people.
Absolutely. All right, Murray. What's
All
number
right,
one?
number one, drum roll, Washington, D.C.
Meow, 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 meow.
I love that noise.
That's my air horn noise. Was it good? Was it good?
Why is it great? Washington, D.C. is one of the best US destinations because many major attractions are free, walkable,
Yep.
and connected by metro.
Yep.
The Smithsonian museums increasingly offer audio description, accessibility resources, and exhibit descriptions for visitors who are blind or low vision. The National Museum of Natural History is fantastic. For example, provides visual description tours designed specifically to make exhibits more
Hmm.
accessible.
Yep.
What are the five things, Lizzie? You've been to Washington, D.C. quite a few times.
Oh, Lord Almighty. Museums has to be one of them.
Smithsonian Museum, yes.
Is the Natural History Museum also on there?
Natural History Museum is not on there, but
Okay.
it is a fantastic museum. I think I
I
spent
mean,
literally 8 hours in that place one
it's
day.
so big. One of them's got to be the National Mall.
Yes.
Yep.
National Mall
Okay.
walking tours. I went 4th of July weekend
You're
and
wild.
sat on the National Mall next to the Washington Monument to watch the fireworks. It was amazing.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, so cool.
Um, is one of them the cherry blossom trees?
Nope.
Really? Well, y'all, cherry blossoms out here getting done dirty. What is that?
Really? The other three are like a bit abstract, so I'll go through them for you. US Capitol and monuments.
I figured the U.S. Capitol would actually be one of them.
Like I know the National Mall, but the Lincoln Monument is amazing. Like
It is. Lots of
it
steps.
is, it's amazing.
Yep.
Um, Such a visual reference of Lincoln in the big chair, just
Yep.
looking down the mall is it's symbolic for sure.
We love you, Abe. What a
Yep.
guy. He's from Illinois
Um,
too, just for the record. Not
Yes,
Chicago, but
honest
Illinois.
Abe. One of the
Yeah.
best things I saw here that isn't in this is Ford's Theatre and
Mhm.
where he was shot. And then they do a tour where you can do the walking tour and you can walk across the street
To the
where,
house.
yeah, to the
Hmm.
house where he passed
Yep.
away. Amazing tour.
Yeah.
Um, so US Capitol monuments, audio descriptive, audio described museum exhibits specifically, and then strong public transportation.
Well, and here's the thing, Murray, that we haven't dug into. Two of these cities are Waymo cities, or are
Oh,
going to be
San
Waymo cities.
Francisco, right?
San Francisco is, and so is, and DC's on its way. And New
Okay.
York City is actually on the roster, as is Chicago.
Oh, I would not want to be
So,
hopping in a Waymo in New York City. I tell you.
I mean, you're going to get stuck in traffic just like you would in a yellow cab, but
Yeah,
I think it's a really evident sign of progression in our country that we're finding these places that are building in systems, for accessibility. Um,
absolutely. It's
it's kind
it's
of
really
incredible.
good and obviously enhances travel. If
Yep.
you're going outside of the city, one thing that I will say about all these cities, maybe with the exception of Philadelphia,
Hmm.
is that transport has been a theme, right? And so they pick these cities because of transport. And that's
Hmm.
another reason why I'm sad that Sydney is not in there because the transport system in Sydney is amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
Not
but
according to this list.
not according to this list. I think it's biased to Australia.
Yeah.
But seriously, it's transport is everything. And in most, and I'm sure you find this in Iowa, Lizzie,
Hmm.
um, and certainly here in Spokane, although there's buses, there's no trains or light rail or anything like that. And so it
Yep.
is inhibiting for people with blindness and low vision to try and get around. And I know so many people in rural areas
Yep.
who are really struggling now later in life to be able
Yep.
to find their people.
Yep. Well, and particularly when you don't have yourself living in an environment where you have to flex those skills, right? You have to build up that muscle, that stamina. Then you find yourself kind of isolated as an adult, and you're like, what do I do? And the solution in some cases is move to a more populated place, move where there are resources, and then you don't know how to deal with those resources. So it's a very interesting conundrum to
I've definitely
exist
seen
in.
a lot of
But
people talk about moving to San Francisco, especially
yeah,
because of the
but it's so
transport.
expensive.
Yes, that's true. But it's
Oh,
got
it's
it's got the
insane.
BART and it's got the cable car, obviously, and stuff like that. So it's easy to get around in the city and it's easy to get around in the BART, from station to station. But
Oh,
yes,
it just
it
costs
is
so much money.
expensive.
It's astronomical.
You
I
know
went to a
what's interesting to
Giants
me about,
game. Oof.
where the cable car stops at the bottom in the city, there's that street, and I can't remember what it's called, but you basically, if you go to the left, it's like all the multi-million dollar companies, like it's a rich part of the
Mhm.
city. If you go to
Yep.
the right, it's like the ghetto.
Yeah.
It's really low class, really like a lot of crime, a lot of
Mhm.
homeless people, and it's
Mhm.
it's like the divide of there. If you turn left, if you turn right, it's
Yep.
kind of stuff. I had San Francisco was the first American city that I really visited when I came
Mhm.
here and got married with Temmie.
Yeah.
Um, and I was shocked at the amount of homelessness when I
Yep.
went there. I've just never seen anything like it.
Yep.
It's a beautiful
And you're going to
city,
see that in a lot of our bigger cities, right?
sure.
Because that's where people populate not only for ample resources, but for um, solicitation,
Yeah,
different things like that. And it's, part of traveling is this giant piece of trust your gut and don't be afraid to advocate yourself in a moment where you need to, right? If it is literally I'm walking down a street that got really dark really fast or that's got some suspicious noise coming from it, I won't hesitate to either A, turn around and find a different route, or B, if there's a group of, particularly if there's a group of women walking down the street, I won't hesitate to say like, "Hey, would you all mind if I walked with you? My hotel's a block that way or whatever." And a lot of times people, respect the need for safety for traveling in larger groups, whatever that looks like, and are willing to accommodate that when and where they can. So
for sure.
again, circling back to a couple weeks ago, when we were talking about a huge part of existing as a blind person is advocacy, and that wholeheartedly extends its way to travel as well.
So, Lizzie, you told us that you had a Paris story, which
My
wasn't
Paris
also on the
story.
list.
Yes. So, I have to remember my Paris story now. It was in my brain at one point. Well, what's yours? Tell me yours. Maybe it'll jog my memory.
Tammy doesn't like me going to Paris because I have a weakness for the French accent, and so I try and when I talk to someone who's speaking French, English to me, I create this fake French accent myself and try and talk like a French person. It
I'm
doesn't
ashamed of you.
doesn't come over well, but I get lost in the moment is what I say. So yes,
You're
but I will
ridiculous.
say Paris, like my uh, my story was my sister and my wife and my mother went to Paris together. We went to Paris once, and we went to Moulin Rouge. And
Mm.
my mother, because it was dark, didn't realize that you know the ladies did not have any like tops on, and so she went through that and she's like, oh, it was so tasteful. And my sister's like, yeah, did you like the? And she's like, what are you talking
What are you talking about?
about? So
No,
it
mom,
was awesome.
no. That's
Yes, good
iconic.
times, good times.
Well, okay, so I don't actually remember if this was my Paris story. So we're gonna go with this as my Paris story. Um, I had the best crepe of my life in Paris. Obviously, right? It's Paris. But one of the most, you know, exuberant experiences I had was literally walking under the Eiffel Tower, and on the other side was this delicious crepe place. And you got to watch them like make your crepe right in front of you. And they loaded it up with strawberries and bananas and like real cream. And it's just this wonderful snack. And I was like, I could die here. I could die here very happily with this crepe in my hand, half consumed. And I think that that really brings together the experience of, the sights, the sounds, the tastes, the culture. Um, there are so many ways to experience travel. Whether you're on a cruise with a group, whether you're going it solo and you're, figuring it out as you go and asking questions and advocating, please know, like, this is just 10 of the places. There's so much opportunity out there. Explore.
Yeah.
My friend Caitlin and I a couple months ago were like, let's pick the 5 places we really want to go to. And mine were in no particular order. Um, Argentina, the Netherlands, Iceland, Ireland, and Hawaii. And one of the things that I really want to do is I want to visit all 50 states by the time I turn 30. And my birthday is next week. Woot woot. So I will be 28. I have 2 years left. And I finally convinced my parents, like, hey, I want to go to Hawaii next year. You guys coming or not? And my parents are like, heck yeah, we're coming. So carpe diem. Like there's no time like the present. If you have the resources, the time, the attention to do it, be brave, be bold, do something outside of your comfort zone, even if it's going to a city nearby and like trying out these public transportation entities that we're referencing. Like it's worth it. It's worth it to have that life experience, to take the picture that you're not supposed to, to do all the things. Oh, I remember. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I remember. So once upon a time. Thank you. I knew I was getting there. So I went to the Louvre. And what do they have at the Louvre, Murray? What's the thing that the Louvre is known for?
They have the Mona Lisa.
Okay, and the Mona Lisa, do you know that this woman is like an 8 by 11? She's like the size of a piece of paper. Okay,
Uh,
tiny,
okay.
little lady. Okay,
Yeah.
so I was in a huge group full of people, and while I did not take a picture of the Mona Lisa, there was a man, boy, he was like 16, 17 years old, in my group who was 6'7". I absolutely got a piggyback ride to put me above the crowd to see the Mona Lisa. And all these people are like, this is a fancy place. What are you doing? And I was like, I'm looking at the painting. Leave me alone. And
Well,
so
you're
all I
about
could
to
think
be
about,
really angry at me.
yeah, French people are known
No, no,
stereotypically
you
for being
are
very
about to
angry.
be really angry at me.
What did you do?
Last time when I was in the same position
You
as
got to
you,
go up to it, didn't you?
well, I didn't know that there was an accessibility line. And the last time we went, my mother was in a wheelchair. And
Hmm.
so we were pushing her. And the gentleman opened the thing and he's like, here you go, come down here. So here's all these thousands of people, 15 million people deep.
Yep.
And here we are, just straight up the line, nobody in the line. We're
Iconic.
standing literally right in front of this thing. And I got my photo taken in front of the Mona Lisa, straight bang right over my right shoulder.
That's
And
iconic.
I was very close, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, I know for next time. I know for
You
next
do,
time, but
something to
I
do.
I I do actually harbor the memory of riding, piggyback ride through the
Yes.
Mona Lisa room.
I'm
It's
glad
kind
you
of
got to do your
hilarious.
piggyback experience on the
It's true.
shoulders of a 6'7" gentleman.
It's true. Matt Heitman, ironically, was his name. Heitman.
Matt
Yeah.
Heitman, right.
Couldn't make that up if I tried.
See that we're not talking, I mean, like we've just gone through 10 cities and like you said, there's so many memories. Like you talked about the places that you want to go to in the United States and some of the states that you haven't been to. I think
Hmm.
I've been to 23 countries and I've
Well,
been to 42 states.
I hate you. You're beating me by 2, you boob.
Mm. Uh, well, I'm older.
I don't care.
I've had more
You've
life.
lived in the United States for less time than I
That's
have.
true. I have. Yeah, I've done. But I worked it, and my part of my job was to travel. So
Yeah, well,
got to
I'm
get the right
coming for your
job,
title,
Lizzie.
man.
Can't get stuck in Iowa
I'm
all your
coming for
life.
your title, man. Get
Yes.
ready. All
Uh,
right.
so what's your resource?
I'm totally going to snatch from this list that we've just gone through audio description. Um, Ask when you go, particularly to a theater, if there is an audio description option, call ahead. Sometimes they can actually help you book tickets on a night when audio description is an option. A lot of Chicago theaters do that. Um, and take advantage of those opportunities. The audio description is absolutely worth it, particularly if they're at a place where they're like trained in how to do it. They don't talk over the show, they don't talk over the music. It really complements, does not contradict the experience. So definitely dip into those resource pools, ask questions, enjoy the full capacity of the experience.
My resource is
Mhm.
AI. Is we've just
Stop.
pulled
You
up this
can't do this
list.
again. I
No,
think you've already used AI. No.
it doesn't matter. It's like if you want to go somewhere, you just put it in, you give it the parameters, you prompt it the right way, and you build an experience for yourself. It's the easiest way to do it. It's the best way to do it, and you need to take advantage of it. It's there's so much information out there, people. Just learn how to prompt, give it exact. I like to think of the three C's, Lizzie, when I'm prompting,
No.
and maybe we'll go over that in a future episode. But give the people something to look forward to. But the
Yeah.
three C's of prompting definitely give you the best experiences. And as we've just said, over the last hour and a quarter, we've just lost ourselves in what we've been given. So it's
Can
the
we
same.
add a quick caveat here, though?
We can.
Sometimes I will give it to you. AI as an itinerary generator could be really cool.
Yes.
Straying from an itinerary, whether it's AI generated or elsewise, can also
Oh,
lead to some of the best experiences.
absolutely.
So don't
Everyone
be
used to tell
afraid to do
me
that too.
go on a Kentucky tour. The big thing in Australia was Kentucky tours in like the 80s and 90s, right? And so, and basically there were big booze ups, and you go and
Hmm.
whatever. But I didn't ever like the itineraries that they had. I always wanted to do something different, and so
Yep.
I would agree with you that sometimes it's the unique things, or everybody has their own interests, right? So
Yep.
pick your interest and then go. In I also would recommend, I think about AI as this thing, right? You need to be curious to use
Hmm.
it, and then you need to be creative when it gives you what you have. So, just to your point, fits in
Hmm.
perfectly with what I say you need to use AI as. Be curious to ask it questions. When it gives you an itinerary, it's going to give you like all the things that it thinks that are what you want to do, or but then give it something that I'm interested in doing this. Give me some
Yep.
research about this. So
So
yeah,
curious and creative. The third C is cucumber until we tell you otherwise on the next episode.
curious and curious
Creative.
cucumbers
Yeah.
and
Curious, creative
creative.
cucumbers. The three
Curious
C's.
creative cucumber. It could also be like a children's book, I think. Curious
Yeah,
creative
exactly.
cucumbers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Lizzie, another episode is in the books, episode 20. Thank you very much. And as I
And you,
said,
sir.
our ratings are through the roof, 124%. We've
Woot
been up
woot.
in the last month. So give us a
Let's keep it
listen, give
pushing.
us your feedback. Nobody gives us any feedback. I'm a bit sad about that.
Yeah, tell us what we want to talk about next because we don't always know.
We don't always know. Until next time, enjoy your week and thanks for listening.
Bye.
Ciao.